Welcome to Big Pool Discipleship 101, the Bible in a Year, Week 35, Jeremiah 51 through Ezekiel 15, From a Warning to a Fruitless Vine. What is the warning in Jeremiah 51 verses 6 and 45? How is this spiritual symbolism? Jewish Christians equated Rome with Babylon during Roman occupation. Revelation 14, 16, 17, and 18 symbolize Babylon as a global system of wealth, trade, and immorality. Is there any significance to Jeremiah 52:16? How do the poor figure into God's kingdom? What happened to Jehoiakim in Jeremiah 52, verses 31 through 34, to continue the royal line? This ends Jeremiah. How does Lamentations 1:1 set the theme of the book? For what city is this a lament, a cry of sorrow? How are the lonely nights of weeping of a widow a picture of this city? Why is God angry in Lamentations 2:1 and verse 14? How does Jerusalem's self-inflicted punishment affect even children in Lamentations 2 verse 12? What hope does Lamentations 3:17-26 give? How does Lamentations 4 verses 1 and 2 reveal Jerusalem's fallen reputation? How does Lamentations 4 verse 6 compare Israel's sins? What does Lamentations 5 verse 7 say about the consequences of sin for later generations? What is the plea that Lamentations ends with? Ezekiel has three parts: punishment of Jerusalem, punishment of nations, the new Exodus and New Jerusalem. How does Ezekiel 1 verses 1 through 3 describe his mission? How would you describe the intelligence and devotion of the angels in Ezekiel 1, 5 through 14? How does Ezekiel 1:28 reveal the power of God's glory? What do Ezekiel 2, 1 through 5, verse 10, and 3, 4 through 9 reveal about his mission? What does Ezekiel 3, verses 15 through 21 say about the responsibility of a watchman? In Ezekiel 4, what does the prophet's vicarious suffering say about Jerusalem? In Ezekiel 5, verses 1 through 4, what does he do with his hair, and what does it mean? What was the lesson for the nations from the desolation of Jerusalem? What does Ezekiel 6, 1 through 7 warn about idolatry? What does Ezekiel 6, 11 through 14 say about how serious we should take God's word? What does Ezekiel 7 say about the coming of the end? For Israel, for the world. What does Ezekiel 8 say about idolatry in God's house of worship? Ezekiel 8, 14 through 16 reveals Tammuz, a Sumerian god of food, and the sun being worshipped. How are food and sun worship gods today? How does Ezekiel 9 reveal the hour of judgment? Is our land also full of blood? How is the Lord's glory revealed in Ezekiel 10? How is his withdrawal from his people described in Ezekiel 10, 4, 8, 19, and 11 verses 22 to 23? How is God's punishment described in Ezekiel 11 verses 1 through 13? What's the message of hope in Ezekiel 11, 14 to 21? Is the description of Ezekiel 12:2 appropriate for today? What is the purpose of the drama played out in Ezekiel 12, 3 through 16? What's the purpose of the new proverb in Ezekiel 12:23? In Ezekiel 13, what are the signs of false male and female prophets? Why do people prefer to hear lies over truth? Is that similar to today's politics? What was the purpose of magic veils or kerchiefs? In Ezekiel 14, 1 through 11, why is idolatry so wrong? In Ezekiel 14, verses 12 through 23, why is the presence of the most righteous saints useless in this case? In Ezekiel 15, how is Jerusalem compared to a fruitless vine? Well, that's it for this time. Until next time, be blessed.